Hey there, it's Scuzzball here once again for a late night rendition. Tonight I'm going to be talking about characters and story creation, just because I just finished watching a bit of Steven's Universe. I find that watching cartoons is an amazing way to learn about stories and storytelling, because it really goes back to the bare basic bones of how to do a good story, which is a story and character. They are really the two most important things, and when they're done right, it can make anything great. Look at the best examples I can think of, which is Harry Potter, a lot of different animes, cartoons. One of the great ones that recently have come out is Gravity Falls. You fall in love with the characters instantly, and as the plot develops and the story progresses, things that happen to them mean a lot more, because you don't want them to fail, essentially. You want them to succeed, and you get that happy feeling when they do. When it comes to stories, I believe take your time. Like they always say, read heaps, learn heaps, but also take your time and construct one, not an ad hoc one. Something that is beautiful. Stories don't have to be overcomplicated, and definitely don't have to be violent or mature just to be interesting. This, I think, is where kids-orientated media really shines. Things that are designed for a kid to watch has to be funny and entertaining without using crass or simple overt slapstick comedy, violence, whatever. It relies on basic bare bones storytelling and character development. Through watching, listening, and mainly reading good books and media that are designed for kids but are also entertaining to adults as well, I learnt that I was drawn in instantly by the characters at the start. And the main thing was that they took the time in introducing the characters and building them, growing them and making you fall in love with them, all their different personality traits. And in a way, yes, some of those characters are simplistic. Main character is always good in some holistic way, has a flaw but isn't as bad as their good is good, if that makes any sense. So I think that is really, when I think about it, that is the most important thing, is for the person who's watching or reading to fall in love with that character. So as that story progresses, you are just drawn to wanting to see that character succeed. Unless, of course, you're some sadistic bastard. In relation to games, of course, being the gamer, this plays obviously a big role. If you're creating a character for a paper and pen, if you're building a character for your game, an RPG game, or even if you're playing a pre-made character like the Master Chief, the build-up was everything, where you learned about the Master Chief and his history, or when you're designing your character, you're writing up some really in-depth story of where she came from and who she is, and all this sort of stuff that come together to create this new person. And because of those layers, you fall in love with them. Take time to express that. If you are playing a game, delve into it. Don't just go straight into the storyline, smash through it, especially on pen and paper, where you have that opportunity to go out there and do something else, not just the storyline, where you can talk to the people around you and to the NPCs and to interact with the world and bring out your character. Do that. Flesh her out, or him, and make them unique. Make them who you want to see every time, because that is who that you're going to see. Take a leaf out of the kids' media. It doesn't have to be violent. It doesn't have to be crass. It doesn't have to be full of swear words or sex or anything. All you have to do is make a character that is deep and lovable, that you can connect with. Even if the lovable is something that's deplorable. A good bad guy is a bad guy that is just, in every way, they are bad no matter what. They don't necessarily have to have a good side or be complicated. It's just their character is so deep and there is so much there that you fall in love with that character, or you fall in love in hating that character. So when it comes to the good guy triumphing over the bad guy, you feel that happiness and success, because you know that this bad person is really, really bad and they have to go because of all these reasons that you've seen before, just building up to it. So that build up is so important. the time spent on those characters is important. That's why a lot of the books that you read do have very slow intros, because it is making you fall in love of not just the characters, the universe that they're in as well. But can't stress enough, build on the characters. It makes the story that much better. This is Scuzzball. Hope you enjoyed it.